Hi, everybody, and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Nancy Byrne, and Happy New Year. We are in the lobby of City Hall, also known as the City Hall Grand Gallery. There is a brand new exhibit on display where artists were asked to use recycled materials to put together some sculptures. It's an amazing exhibit, and we're going to take a closer look a little bit later on. But first, a new year. Another great State of the City address. This year it was on January 11th when the mayor addressed the city from City Council chambers. As usual, it was a look back at the previous year and a look forward to the current year. But not usual was our look back, as October 1st could not be ignored. Well, the mayor said we will never forget October 1st, but she also said evil will never define what we are. The Communications Department and KCLV in particular are in charge of putting together the video that always kicks off the State of the City. Here is this year's video.
Breaking news just into CNN. Police in Las Vegas are investigating reports of an active shooter near the Mandalay Bay Casino on the Strip.
16910 means we got shots fired at 4:15 at Route 91. Sounded like an automatic firearm. It's coming from upstairs at the Mandalay Bay.
We will not be defined by anger, and we will not be defined by fear.
58 hearts, 58 brand new stars light up the sky tonight. This is my home, we must go on, Vegas strong. In the darkest of nights, we will join in their light, and only together we will shine with strength in our love. The power of hugs, this is my home, Vegas strong. Together we'll rise, hearts burning bright. We've overcome with love, spirit, and fight. And we'll show the world we're the brightest of lights. This is our home, Vegas strong.
Today, we are all Vegas strong.
58 hearts, 58 brand new stars light up the sky tonight. This is my home, we must go on, Vegas strong, Vegas strong.
In our most trying time, this community showed strength, compassion, and resilience. Those are not newly discovered characteristics for us. They have always been part of our fabric, and always will be as we continue to heal and move forward. We are a city that won't allow this tragedy to change who we are. Join us now as we look ahead to what the future holds for fabulous Las Vegas. Gaming, five-star restaurants, pulsating nightclubs, boutique bars, breathtaking shows, and top-notch shopping. These are just a few of the highlights from visitors after a trip to Las Vegas. That's why more than 42 million people make this their vacation and convention destination every year. But few get to know the real Las Vegas community like you are about to. A community focused on lifestyle, entrepreneurship, innovation, and research. A young Western city growing by leaps and bounds into a world-class metropolitan city with exquisite culture, professional sports, and groundbreaking research. This is a community less focused on nightlife and more focused on quality of life.
The fact that Las Vegas has 61 acres of undeveloped land in the city center, in the core, is unbelievable. As I look out the window, I see the I-15 and the I-95 freeways right where they meet. This really is ground zero of our community. I pictured this as being the living room for Las Vegas, the gathering place where the entire community comes. And we've proven that to be true. And now I look forward to the next step, which is the living room being surrounded by the other great rooms that make up the home we call Las Vegas.
I think, on the Fremont East Side with what they've been doing, it's been terrific. I think what we're seeing you know, from the hotel casino side, we need more convention space. We need more hotel rooms, which are both projects we're working on. The residential component's important. I think we're starting to see that. We're going to have a number of new residential units open up here in 2018, and I think all these things combined, they all play off one another. So you need an awful lot of entrepreneurs, and that's what makes downtown so special.
You know, when I opened EAT, I thought initially that if I could do like 100 covers a day, 150 covers a day, that would be fantastic. I could pay my rent and, you know, give some other people some opportunities for employment in our community. And the first day I opened, I did 150 covers in like 3 hours. Yeah. And so I had to regroup, shut down, open back up, and we've been gangbusters ever since. You know, I think it's a community. I think it's walking down the street and waving at people and having people know your name and you know their name and their families and they know who you are. And I think the opportunity to give back to the community, you know what I mean? It's so amazing that, you know, at EAT there's all different kinds of people here, right? There's so much diversity. Everybody's welcome here. So it's nice to see that, to create that kind of energy in space and then have it actually work and have people come and enjoy it.
There are lots of opportunities to come in with just a good idea, whether it's about a specific patient population, specific way of practicing medicine, looking at alternative ways of practicing medicine. There are lots of opportunities to come in here, do your own thing, and hard work will get you ahead here.
We suffered greatly during the recession, but we've bounced back. We haven't bounced back fully, which is great for buyers. It's great for people coming here because you can still live like a king in Las Vegas. What's happened in downtown Las Vegas since I've been here, which is about 3 years, typically takes a generation in most other American cities.
Come do business with us.
Come shop with us.
Come hang out with us.
Come stay and play with us in downtown Las Vegas.
Come game with us at Boyd Gaming.
Come light it up with us.
Come cheer for us.
Come play with us in downtown Las Vegas.
Come take a tour with us in downtown Las Vegas.
Come learn with us.
Join us in fabulous downtown Las Vegas.
Join us in fabulous Las Vegas.
Well, the mayor did talk about how our downtown area is really bustling these days. And if you're one of the people that likes to hop around from restaurant to venue across the downtown area, you're probably familiar with the Downtown Loop. It's a free shuttle that stops at 7 different locations around the downtown area. Well, just in time for the Consumer Electronics Show here in Las Vegas, a new innovative tool was introduced to make the shuttle even easier to use. Now, this is one bus you can't miss. The hot pink Downtown Loop is easy to spot and easy to use. This free shuttle hits 7 attractions in the downtown area, spots that are strategically located to get you to some of the most popular venues, like the Outlet Mall, the Mob Museum, and Fremont Street Experience. Well, now this easy-to-use mode of transportation is even easier, thanks to these innovative signs posted at all the stops, as well as City Hall and the East Fremont Entertainment District. The signs, which are a partnership between the city and Sufa Smart Signs, were revealed at City Hall just before the Consumer Electronics Show opened in our city. The CEO of the company explained how they work.
Basically, it is a real-time display that showcases bus arrival times. So this is actually pulling from a real-time API, so you will be able to quickly see while you're having a chat when the next bus is coming. And it also mixes this with fun and interesting content. So what you're seeing up here is actually fed by a platform called Sufa Talk, which will be open to local businesses. So we have the Mob Museum posting what kind of events are coming up. So you can really imagine us all standing at the loop, waiting for the bus, and we're going to be able to see what's going on in the neighborhood.
Mayor Carolyn Goodman says these signs will help Loop riders better plan their visit to our downtown.
I want to know what time my free ride on the Loop is coming and where it is right now. So if I quickly want to drop into the store, get a Starbucks, I can go do that because I see the Loop is going to be here in so many minutes.
In a city that embraces sustainability, it's only fitting that those signs are solar powered. If you'd like more information about the downtown loop and its route, you can go to lasvegasnevada.gov/downtown loop. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to introduce a brand new segment here on City Beat where we take you to some of the finest dining tables in the city. You might be surprised where they're located.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to City Beat from the City Hall Grand Gallery located in the lobby of City Hall. You know, there are some kitchens across the city where some of the finest home cooking is dished up every single night. But in order to enjoy it, well, you have to be on duty and a member of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. Our firefighters eat well, and they should. We're not talking about a can of chili or a TV dinner. For some reason, every fire station seems to have a handful of members that loves to cook and does it very, very well. So we're starting a new series called Code 3 Cooking with Fire, and we're starting off with a healthy meal since we're all trying to lose a little weight after the holidays.
All right, so we're preparing a garden salad, primarily just some of the fruits and vegetables that are in season today. I got some green spinach, I've got some red leaf lettuce here and some green leaf lettuce, which I did buy from the store, but I am supplementing it with some of our flowers from the garden and some of our herbs and stuff from the garden that you guys saw out there. This is some good looking parsley right here. I mean, really good. You should try it out. Oh, it's good. Fresh. Parsley, more parsley, some beets. I got a volunteer tomato plant going right here. Some beans. I got some lettuce stalks that I got from the store and just planted them. We got some sugar snap peas growing, some more beets, some carrots, dandelions, the marigolds. Look at these marigold flowers. And actually, I take these and I put these on our salads too. You can actually eat these leaves, and they're really good, and they're good for you. Growing up, my mom, man, she used to make a salad all the time. So she'd always, when I'd be like looking at her like, I can't believe you're eating that. Oh, it's delicious, Daryl. You gotta try this. And here I am now. So yeah, I gotta extract all the water out there because you don't want a watery, runny salad. They say a good variety of different colors of food have different types of minerals and nutrition, benefits. So they also say the darker the vegetable, the more nutrients it has. We're a busy station. Everybody here is a team player. They all want to help out, pitch in, obviously like in the kitchen. I'll have my assistant come on over, and right now he can start peeling the cucumbers, and I'll just continue to keep hand breaking my leaves. So there's a call. Who will it be for?
Engine 6.
I'm on the truck.
2521. Phantom 45. Reverse send out for their data.
So the carrots, and of course, I'm going to tell you right now, actually, those aren't bad. This is really what I like to do with my carrots instead of like dicing them up, is I like to use the potato peeler, and it really makes nice thin like shreds. They say that sometimes how you cut your food does have an effect on how it tastes. So now I just kind of mix it all up. This is a very good healthy salad. And so from here, I'll just go ahead and start just evenly, placing all the radishes on here. And so you kind of see, gives some depth and color too right now. And now I got a bunch of orange. So now I got to find something else to do up. You got to almost kind of really like spread these cucumbers around because they're pretty heavy. And you don't want to have like a glob of cucumbers in one location. This is the finishing touch to the garden salad here at Fire Station 6 today, folks. And again, we've got the spinach, we got the red leaf lettuce, we got the green leaf lettuce, we got the cucumbers, the radishes, we got the different colored peppers, we got the tomatoes, the carrots, and I'll be cutting up some avocados on the side because there's a couple guys that are allergic to them here. So there you go. And notice how I put the onion in the middle, so some people don't have to have onion in their salad.
We want to thank Sue Levitt and Eric Sorensen for coming up with this idea, and of course to Eric for putting the piece together. For this recipe and future recipes, you can always go to kclv.tv. So the holidays are over, and if you're like most people, me anyway, you're wanting to get rid of a few of those holiday pounds. But if you're also like me and you have a desk job, it's not so easy to do. Research shows that sitting for a long period of time is the new smoking. So what do? We have some ideas on how you can avoid sitting your way to sickness. Holidays are over and it's back to the grindstone. Or for many of us, back to sitting at a desk focused on a computer screen, phone calls, and paperwork. For those of you who have a job that keeps you anchored to a desk, health experts say it's time to cut the rope and give yourself the freedom to move around, if not for your sanity, for your physical health.
Well, it's unhealthy to be in any position too long, but sitting can be especially problematic for joints, blood pooling, it can affect our immune system and endocrine system even.
Not to mention, Dustin Tatman says at this time of year when people are trying to drop some of those holiday pounds, sitting too long can send your metabolism into a nosedive. He says allow yourself breaks throughout the day to get up and get moving.
I would suggest just getting on your feet every 20 to 30 minutes, walk around if you can, move around, put your joints through certain range of motion.
He and his fellow wellness coach here at the city of Las Vegas, Rebecca Soretsky, make it a point to practice what they preach. You don't have to get up and run a mile, just move around your office. And while you're giving your body a much-needed break from the chair, stop at a window, check the outdoors, and give your eyes a break from computer screens. There are also things you can do right there in your office, like good old-fashioned stretches.
The stretch I do to reverse all those things at the same time is called the bow.
Rebecca demonstrates.
You're going to make sure your toes are pointed straight ahead. Going to contract the muscles in the rear end and push your hips forward slightly. You want to put your hands at the low part of your back. Pull your elbows together so your shoulders are back and down, and retract your head, like bring your chin back.
For lower body and core,
you can extend a single leg, draw the alphabet with your toe. You can extend both legs and do some knee extensions in and out while bracing the core muscles at the same time.
And for a little upper body wake up.
Pushing away from the desk and pulling yourself back in.
We sometimes get so absorbed in what we're working on, we don't even realize how tense and stiff our bodies are feeling. So if you must, set a little alarm on your watch or computer every half hour, reminding you it might be time to give your body a break. Losing weight and getting healthy is a #1 New Year's resolution, but the fact is most people can't stick to those resolutions through the month of January. There are many reasons for that, and not any of them have anything to do with the lack of self-control. So we talked to a health coach about how to make realistic resolutions so that you can stick to them. KCLV TV employees Sue Levitt and Steve Horlock are regulars at the gym year-round. But this time of the year, they try to work out during off hours because, like most regulars, one of the things they notice every year is the gym's a lot more crowded in January. And like every other year, they notice those crowds start to dwindle by February. Vowing to exercise is a top New Year's resolution, but resolutions are often forgotten within weeks of the new year. Jennifer Spear is a health coach with Health Plan of Nevada. She says one of the main things to blame on our failure to stick with our resolutions is our need for instant gratification.
One of the things that tends to happen is that people don't see results quickly enough, or what they feel to be quickly enough, or dramatic enough. And so they kind of give up. They feel like, well, it's not making a difference.
Jennifer says whether your resolution is to exercise more, eat healthier, lose weight, save more money, or quit smoking, the top resolutions, by the way, the trouble with sticking with them often starts before we even start the new year. It's in the declaration of what you intend to accomplish.
Sometimes they've maybe taken on too big of a task all at once, and it needs to be something a little bit smaller. Sometimes it's not specific enough even. When you say, I want to lose weight, but you don't really define what that is or what your goal is, then you tend to get a little bit lost in the process.
She explains goals that are too lofty can become overwhelming. She says take a look at your overall goal, then break it down into more realistic goals.
If somebody wants to lose, let's say they want to go big, they want to lose 50 pounds, that's pretty overwhelming. But if you can break it down to, let's try to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, that's a lot more manageable. Perhaps they want to start exercising more. The gym, like you said, going to the gym every day is a bit of a task. But if you can set aside certain days a week, try and figure out what time works best for you, then you're more likely to follow through with it.
Another reason people give up is the unexpected cost of time and money. But she says there are ways to make changes in your life on your own timetable and with very little money.
There's also lots of community resources. Even going to your library, you can find some resources. They have all kinds of DVDs if you don't feel like going to the gym, where you can start doing some stuff at home.
Finally, if you fall off track and miss a few days at the gym or go off your new eating plan, forgive yourself and start again.
And truly, the only time that you're a failure is when you stop trying. Just dust yourself off, figure out what went wrong, try and figure out how to work around it, and keep moving forward.
The unhealthy or bad habits we're trying to break most often have taken years or even a lifetime to form. Change takes time and perseverance. In other words, don't be too quick to throw in the towel. Jennifer reminds us that every lifestyle change takes determination, consistency, and patience, especially with yourself. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and as promised, we're going to take a closer look at this exhibit called From Refuse to Reuse. Stay with us.
We need a claim number? When I started taking care of Mom, I didn't realize the challenge of playing so many roles. But above all, I'm still her daughter.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving. We're here to help.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. This cat makes me make art. He's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Welcome back to City Beat from the City Hall Grand Gallery. You know that old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure? Well, that's sort of the theme behind the new exhibit here in the Grand Gallery. It's called Refuse to Reuse. It's only fitting in a building dedicated to sustainability that an art exhibit extolling the same virtues of recycling would be featured. The latest exhibit is called Refuse to Reuse. Artists were asked to use found or thrown away objects in their pieces. This is the result of the skillful hands of artists taking discarded trinkets and trash and molding them into beautiful and often whimsical sculptures. Glenn Galloway is one of the artists.
The show today is From Refuse to Reuse, and we're at the Grand Gallery at the Las Vegas City Hall in downtown Las Vegas. We've got 8 artists participating in this show. I have 2 pieces that I'm showing today. There are, I think, 5 Las Vegas, local Las Vegas artists, and then we have 3 nationally known artists from outside the state. My art that I do is basically assemblage sculpture. I use mostly antique items in the construction of the sculptures. These 2 particular pieces, I tried to keep the media the same. So this one that I call Cranked is all antique found objects made out of metal. So you can see some of the pieces are farm implements. This is actually the crank mechanism from inside an old automobile door. The other piece that I call Bow-Legged and Bewildered is made out of all wood components.
Some of the pieces are made with bulky metal and wood. Some are more delicate, like this one.
The piece is called Pin-Up Girl, and it is made of bent safety pins soldered together. I occasionally sew, and I'm really terrible at it, and so generally speaking, I bend the pins as I sew, and I also have a friend who's a seamstress who had a large jar of them. The stainless steel ones didn't solder, but the steel ones solder really well, so I was able to form them into this little girl's body.
David Fay started out with a dumpster's worth of refuse.
This is a moped light, wrought iron gas lamp, my coin bank from when I was a little kid. This is a diffuser, so basically you can put whatever oils you want in it and the entire room ends up smelling like the oil that you put in. A martini shaker, salad bowl.
He said he started heading in one direction, but had to change course in the middle of his creation. It became a sculpture and a life lesson.
This is called the Poseidon. It actually started as the Yellow Submarine. It was supposed to be for the Magical Mystery Tour for the Beatles show. And it took a whole different direction when after working on it for about a month and a half. An umbrella was above it and the wind came through and knocked the entire piece off my art station, and it took on its whole new life. And I think that a lot from doing this art, I found that it's like little accidents and mistakes change everything, and you goes a whole different direction, and it usually turns out for the better of it.
Elliot Young used a ukulele given to her by her father. She said she may not be musical, but she still proved to be artistically creative.
I think I was reading a book at one point, like what would happen if humans disappeared and completely left Mother Nature to take over the remaining of, like, I don't know, buildings, roads, that sort of thing. And it said that plants would actually grow back and take over pretty fast. So I guess maybe that was in my mind when I thought about planning the morning glories.
All the artists seem to feel this new movement in assembly art is a breath of fresh air in our all too often wasteful world.
There's just so much waste in the world anyways. We're throwing out so many things. So the idea that someone or anyone really could take pieces that other people left behind and then create something new and of value that will be appreciated is, like, I don't know, I find it fascinating. I think it's a really great idea. I mean, we are sort of living in a disposable time, and we create a lot of trash, and sometimes we don't need to actually make some of it into trash. Some of it can become other things, and useful things or beautiful things.
This exhibit will be here through March 8th, and of course the Grand Gallery is located in the lobby of City Hall, which is located at 495 South Main Street. Well, that does it for another City Beat. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year, and we hope that 2018 brings you nothing but good stuff. We'll see you for the next City Beat.